If you sell anything that expires, like supplements or food or cosmetics, how you manage inventory really matters. I'm not just talking about counting boxes, I'm talking about how you decide which unit ships first. Because if you get that wrong, that's how customers end up with stale products, and you end up with a refund request and wasted inventory. It's just not a good situation. That's where FIFO and FEFO come in. Now, before I get to that, my name is Brandon. I'm here on behalf of Fulfillrite, a 3PL that has helped thousands of online sellers ship smarter. There's a lot more information about us down there in the description if you want to see it. Now, let's break down how inventory rotation actually works and why it matters so much for your brand. Let's just start simple. FIFO stands for first in, first out, and FEFO stands for first expired, first out. They sound similar, and they kinda are, but they're different in subtle ways that matter in certain situations. And depending on what you sell, picking the right one can save or sink your margins. Let's start with FIFO. So this is a classic system. You receive the inventory, it goes on the shelf, and the stuff that came in first is the stuff that ships first, full stop. And it makes logical sense. It keeps your flow organized, it's easy to train people on. And for products that don't have strict expiration dates like electronics or apparel or even some non-perishable supplements, FIFO works just fine. Now let's talk about FIFO. First expired, first out means that you are not shipping based on the arrival date, you're shipping based on expiration date. So if a newer batch comes in but it expires sooner than older inventory, it jumps the line. FIFO is essential for anything that can spoil, degrade, or fall out of spec over time. So probiotics are a good example, as are liquid supplements, gummy vitamins, pre-workouts with sensitive ingredients in them. Stuff that doesn't just look expired, it actually loses its effectiveness over time. So with FIFO, you're protecting two things at once. First is your customer's experience and possibly their health, depending on what you're selling, because they always get a fresh product that lasts. And then the other thing that you're protecting is your bottom line, because you're not eating the cost of inventory that sat too long and had to be tossed. So let's say you've got a lot of omega-3 soft gels in a warehouse. One expires in September, the other in December. That September batch might have arrived later, but it's got a shorter shelf life. So if you are running FIFO, that batch sits and it ships after the older one. But if you're running FEFO, it ships first, because if it doesn't, you're left with a full shelf of product that's perfectly good, but technically expired. Now it's a small detail, but it's a big difference. Now, how do fulfillment centers handle this? The good ones, such as Fulfillrite, will track arrival dates and expiration dates separately. So when your product is received, we'll scan the lot number, record the expiration date, and store everything accordingly. Then when the orders come in, our system will know exactly what batch we need to pull from. There's not guesswork, and there's not hoping that somebody just kind of remembered to use the older stuff first. It is baked into the process from the very beginning. And this doesn't just help with inventory flow, it also gives you recall protection. So if something were to ever go wrong with a batch, like a wrong label, a contamination, or an ingredient issue, you can isolate that batch immediately and only recall what's necessary. Not your entire inventory, just that lot. That's lot tracking and expiration management working together in unity. That's what we do here. Now let's talk about why most fulfillment centers don't do this well. Because honestly, it's not an easy thing to do. You've got to have software and training and processes for it. The individuals who work in the warehouse already have a lot of work to do. It's hard work. And they can't know everything about every product in there. It's too big, it's too much to remember. It needs to be very easy to go in there, pick up the right item, verify their choice with technology. And that means that whoever stocks those shelves has to know how to set the stage for the right items to go out first. Cheap fulfillment providers often, they run FIFO at best, but they often will just pick whatever's on top because it's easy process-wise, or they might mix up lots or forget to label or treat your product like it's another box in the pile. And, honestly, if you're shipping socks, that's fine. It's actually an efficient way to work, but it's not okay if you're shipping magnesium powder with a 12-month shelf life. So if you care about shelf life, freshness, customer trust, you need FIFO, and your 3PL's got to support it. The Fulfillrite, here's what we offer. Lot level inventory tracking that is tied to expiration dates, automatic FIFO and FEFO rotation depending on your product needs, climate-controlled storage in order to protect against spoilage from heat and humidity, same-day shipping with high accuracy and clean labeling, and most importantly, real-time visibility so you know exactly what is aging, what is moving, and what needs to move faster. This will help you stay compliant, it'll help you keep waste down, it'll help you keep your customers happy and profits in your pocket. And that's how this boring sounding system like FIFO can actually protect your reputation in a big way, not to mention the money that you keep. Now, if you watch this video, you are probably still learning more about how order fulfillment works, so I would like to share a few other videos with you. There is what is lot tracking and why it matters for supplements. There's also what is a 3PL, third-party logistics explained simply and clearly. That's a good short one. Can order fulfillment save you money? Helps you decide whether to ship on your own or not. And then there's how to find the right fulfillment company, which is exactly what it sounds like. So if you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Don't forget to slap some postage on that bell so that we can express ship new videos to you as soon as they drop. And last but not least, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. We'll answer as many of them as we can. Thanks for watching.